Hi everyone. Welcome back to my channel. As you can see, I have Lori and Danny.
Woohoo!
Yes, I really like your shirt, Danny. It looks good on you. Green really looks good.
Thank you.
And I also like Lori's.
Sunflowers.
Is it what?
Sunflowers.
Sunflowers. And I also like Lori's shirt. Her shirt looks really good on her too. So,
Thank you.
anyways, yes, we're here
And
again.
your shirt looks really good on you too.
Yeah, the pretty flowers.
It's
It's beautiful.
embroidery. It looks like grandma's shirt. Like it. I like it. Thanks.
Grandma's shirt.
I like all that old stuff. Everybody asks me what is your style, and I always say Victorian. If you can just place me back in where everybody crocheted and embroidered and quilted, I'd be a happy, happy girl. So I like all of that stuff. Anyhow, we have a good show. We've jotted down a few things, but first of all, of course, we want to get caught up. Lori, what has been going on in your channel, and how are you feeling, hon?
I'm feeling much better. Hoping that some of the swelling will go down from the prednisone. I got prednisone, face, eyes, hands, everything. A few more days and hopefully I'll be back to normal. But I'm feeling very good. And I'm doing readings. You can go to the wayofpositivechange.com and sign up for your reading. It's very user-friendly if you want to do that. We'd love to meet you.
Do you have like a website that they go to and then they make their own appointment and all that?
Yeah, the wayofpositivechange.com.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
So, Danny,
Yes, ma'am.
have you finally come up off of the mountain of Mount Shasta? Finally?
Kind of, not really, no. So, yeah, it was just hot out there, just crazy hot. We set up, I guess the place that we set up camp had a lot of hornets,
Oh,
yellow jackets. And so I put up a little screen porch, which was awesome, but it must have been right over the nest. So when when I got in there, it was just all full of yellow jackets. And so I couldn't go outside because it's too many yellow jackets. So we were in the van RV, and it was just so hot, and it was we made the most of it. Going up to the mountain was awesome. We went out to some lakes up there, so it was really pretty. It was cool. Yeah. But yeah, I'm back for a little bit until as soon as this weather breaks out here, so I can just go outside. It's been so hot, so which we're going to read on a little bit later on.
yeah, we're gonna definitely do that. Also, you're gonna be on Soul Sisters next Monday, right?
Soul Sisters. I can't remember the date. Yeah,
I think
but
it's
I've
Monday.
got some collaborations coming up, and here's something. A lot of people have been saying, hey, they're not getting any notifications. Are you guys hearing that from your subscribers? Yeah, so it may be good to double check your subscription and hit the little button so everybody gets notifications from their readers, to make sure that, because a lot of times I'll put things on my community page of what's going on, for this week and next week, and if people aren't getting notified, they don't get it. So
There's also
it
something
is.
else on my phone, like on my phone alone, if I don't have YouTube's notifications on through like my settings on my phone, I won't get any of that either. So, and I think that when you get notifications through YouTube, I think you only get like maybe 50 tops. And there's priorities. The ones that you watch the most get priority on that. So there's something to that as well, is what I heard. Don't quote me on that, but that's what somebody was trying to explain to me with that. So
Yeah.
So anyways, all right. So here we go. We got
What
some.
about you? What about you?
What about you? Yeah, what's going on with you?
Well, I was on the Soul Sisters last night, so everybody wants to go and check them out. Go subscribe to the Soul Sisters. That was a lot of fun. They're great women, and they're really good readers. It was nice to be on, just like with you guys, you know, it's nice to be on a collaboration where they're really, really good readers, where you can really mesh with the readings and get everything out of it. Anyways, I am going to, let's see, I'm going to go to Washington, D.C. next week. So I'll be taking a few videos of that. I'm going to go
You
visit.
can go see Joe?
Do what?
Are you going to go meet Joe or
I
Kamala? Kamala?
I wish I could do that. I don't know. I'll figure it out. But my late husband's birthday is on September 16th. So I'm gonna go and visit his grave on September 16th. I haven't done that in quite some time. I have what we call lava rocks here that have been in ceremony with the natives, and they go in the lava rock, or they call the grandfathers, and they go into ceremony with their lodge. They sweat, and I've got a piece of that I'm going to go take with me and go put on top of his grave, on his
Yeah.
you know.
Sounds lovely.
Yeah, so I'm going to go do that, and I haven't been there in quite some time, so I just want to go, and because I don't know when's the next time I'll be able to go there. And then I'm going to do a little bit of sightseeing, and I want to go to the reflective pool and things like that. So I'm going to be there next.
When you go to the reflective pool, be reflective.
I'll take my my meditation stone with me. So other than that, a few collaborations, but most of them are at the end of the month. So
Yeah.
yeah. So anyways,
Cool.
let's get into some readings.
Let's do it.
Let's start off with Matt Gaetz. Is that man ever going to be held accountable for all of his sins in this world?
Last time I read on him, I got the high priestess a couple of times, so there's definitely something getting ready to happen. Matt Gaetz, is he getting indicted? Is he?
It's in your state, Lori, so shouldn't you be like in charge of that?
Sure.
Yeah, aren't you? Can you feel him? Are you anywhere near him? Like, no, you're more south, right?
Oh yeah, he's up. Okay.
He's up in the Panhandle, north.
That explains it. That explains so much.
There's
He's
a lot
in the
of
Panhandle.
Yeah, he's in the Panhandle. He's in a lot of water. There's a lot of water between him and her.
I also saw, when I was really not doing very well, but I saw Linda G. No, it was Sterling. It was Sterling, and someone asked him about Matt Gaetz winning his election, which you would think is just a no-brainer for where he is, but he said that the scientist Rebecca Jones would win, which was such an I almost fell off my bed. I was like,
let's read that next and see.
How can you even say that? Yeah, that's because that would be crazy. She's the scientist that Satan had fired because she wouldn't fudge the COVID numbers.
Oh.
And she's running against Gaetz.
Didn't he? Are you talking about in the primary? And the election.
He won his
primary.
But he has the midterm coming up.
Okay. So are we reading on his election, or are we reading on when he's gonna be held accountable for all this stuff that he's been doing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I can go. This cycle is coming to an end with him. It's coming to an end. And then the very, very next card is the Tower. So something that's on his doorstep. So very soon, he takes a tumble, a dive, something happens very soon here.
Would
and a
you,
lot of money and another man. Go ahead, sorry.
what'd you get, Danny?
I'm in agreement with this card flew out, and this is the Queen of Swords. And I asked, is he going to be facing justice in the next 3 months? In this deck, Lo Scaribo, the Queen has the sword of justice, and she cut off some guy's head, some old guy's head. And so, anyway, it just seems like, oh, that kind of flew out of there. I pulled 3 cards below that, and I got the Star, the Knight of Swords, and the 2 of Wands. And what I'm getting from this, especially this one, I picked up on the balance of moving water, watering a plant and pouring wine onto another plant. And to me, that's just balancing, and that goes back to justice. And he's got the Knight of Swords, people have fallen all over. So I think it's just going to happen super fast with him. And there's a decision that's going to come up. I don't know what that decision is, but whether he runs, whether he runs and hides, whether he's on the lam, wouldn't that be something?
Oh, boy.
Matt Gaetz running from the law.
Gaetz, Greenberg, and Giuliani in the little RV running down the road.
With the little pig hanging out the thing with the little twirly thing. Ah!
And the pig's going, let me out of here.
Help me! Oh my gosh. Well, I see that his money is running thin. That's something interesting. I got the like he was abundant in money, but it's ending, like death.
Wow.
So his money is running down. So he's now fighting off all of the charges and stuff like that, and it's becoming overwhelming to him because they're looking in the crevices, the nooks and the crannies, and I got the Hangman for him. So whatever they're finding in the nooks and the crannies of everything that he's doing is going to take him out. Now I also have women who are showing up with information and abundance of information. So there's there's more out there than there's. They keep on talking about just one, but there's more. There's and plenty. And I got, of course, self-imposed restrictions and all of that, but it still doesn't give me a timeline. Nothing in here kind of tells me that it's going to happen quickly or it's going to happen soon. Did anybody else get any timelines?
Well, I got the Tower, so
Yeah.
not far off.
That's 3 to 6 months. Towers are always 3 to 6 months. Yeah.
And I asked 3 to 6 months, and I felt that it was going to be happening in that time.
Okay.
But can you imagine, when Sheila, when you were talking, I was thinking the stress that they must be under with all the investigations looking into every nook and cranny. I know that if somebody is digging into, like, if there's a single legal issue, it's so stressful, but that's got to be unbearable for them to keep going through this. Some people thrive on it, like Trump does. I mean, I think he really thrives on all of that. But for other people, I don't think it's just not normal to feel that. What is that doing on the inside? It's ugh.
Yeah, it's got to be tearing him up. That is absolutely, because that's some stress.
Yeah.
That even alcohol and drugs won't take away.
I'm gonna put this up and just see if this happens to him if the Tower befalls him before the midterm.
Okay, let's see if we can get any of that.
Okay.
The Tower hit on Matt Gaetz before the midterm election. Shoot.
Hmm. I'm
What do you
confused.
got?
I'm confused. Mine, I got the Ten of Pentacles, or the Two of Pentacles, the ups and downs, and the Ten of Swords, the ups and downs of the pain that they're going to be handing out. And then I got the Queen of Swords, and then the Moon. So I'm looking at this going, I'm a good reader, but I don't understand what it's trying to tell me. You know what I mean? I haven't had the cards like that. I don't understand. This is pain for him. The Queen of Swords, the women are showing up, and of course the professional, the judge, and then the Moon, the anxiety, the betrayal, the deception, the hidden motives.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they find a judge that can continue that on. Yeah.
Moon, Two of Swords.
Yeah. I think he has problems before midterm.
Me too.
Okay.
So I got him planning, thinking about things with the Three of Wands, and it's about the lovers. It's being challenged by all his lovers. His world is upside down, and this Nine of Swords, that's not good. And that's in the potential near future. So again, it just feels that either in 3 months, we're going to have a lot more clarity. He may not be in jail at that time, but things are just being turned upside down for him.
Okay.
And my pendulum did say yes when whatever. So I interrupted you, Sheila. So sorry.
Oh no,
Sorry.
you didn't. No, mine. I was done. I was done. I just showed the common theme of all of the devils always showing up for these little demons. So.
Yeah.
Well, let's look at Greenberg. You said that Greenberg still isn't in. It still hasn't been sentenced.
It's Joel Greenberg, right?
Joel, yeah.
Joel Greenberg. Yeah, let's
Yeah,
look
he hasn't been, they just keep kicking the can down the road because he keeps giving them information on other people that are involved in all these crimes.
Yeah, but that sounds so. They've been doing that for what, a year and a half now.
It's been a while.
So let's see what's going on. Let's see what's going on with that, because it just doesn't make any sense for them to keep on doing that. We keep on getting hopeful. Yeah, he's giving out more stuff, and then but the other, I'm like, come on, they're just prolonging his sentence at this point.
Yeah.
Let's check and see what's going on with that.
Joel Greenberg.
He's still cooperating. Money trail.
Mm. Yeah, I got money trail too.
There's a lot of people involved in this with this Five of Wands. It's a big scandal, apparently.
Yeah, yeah. That's why he's not going away, because he keeps bringing out more and more, and it's huge.
That's ironic too, that I literally got the same thing, the Knight of Wands. It's not just Matt Gaetz. It's not just Matt Gaetz. This is literally a cult of people. And the reason, I mean, it says here, like the happy family and the lovers, meaning that Greenberg is making the authorities very happy. And
Yeah,
this
definitely.
is the reason why they are, yeah, they're making them very happy. And the Seven of Pentacles and the Page of Pentacles, you're right, it's all about the money. And connecting the money, the good news, the manifestation, and the hard work that they're putting in. I got the Queen of Wands and the Six of Pentacles. It's that charity, being paid your worth. Yeah. And that makes me kind of think, you know how, yeah, exactly.
Did you get the Seven of Pentacles? Did I hear you say that?
I did. I got the Seven of Pentacles, that hard work. And then I got the High Priestess and the Ace of Cups, meaning they're the High Priestess. He is, you know, the High Priestess is that science wisdom. So he's feeding with the Ace of Cups that emotional, mental rewards that this science wisdom needs. And I wouldn't have believed it until I read the cards, but he's literally taken down lots of knights, lots of kings. And, you know, if he continues that, then, yep, he's betraying every single one of them. What'd you guys get?
I got the same thing. Big money trail, he's just helping them with everything, and it's a sweetheart deal.
Right.
A lot of people involved. Big high stakes drama.
Yeah. And I got very similar cards to what Sheila got. I got the Ace of Cups. I got the High Priestess. I did get the Hierophant as one of my final cards. And I got him going away. The Eight of Cups, that's the final outcome, the Eight of Cups. And I'm like, well, is that him going to jail or what? And then I get the Eight of Wands as a clarification, which I think it's going to be happening sooner than later, but they are following the money trail because I got the Seven of Pentacles and the Six of Pentacles as well. So, and internally, he's giving them more and more information, as we said, that we wouldn't think about. And it's making a lot of people, I mean, a lot of people are really nervous, and they're high up people. Yeah, wow.
I don't feel so bad that he's staying out of jail if he's doing all of that, to be honest. I mean, I want him punished because he's a criminal, but
He's a piece of work, man, but he is going to bring down the other people. It's going to be a really big shoe.
yep. Yeah.
Shoe.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of big shoes that are dropping these days. You know, it's
We have been satisfied for quite, you know, we're getting that, what we have all been reading on for so many times. They have a lot on them. This is what's going to happen. I mean, we have been talking this for quite some time, especially in the last year of minus 45's presidency. You know, we were like, it's all going to come out. We're going to hear about it. So,
yeah.
all right. So next up is the new prime minister. Who had that information? I think it was.
I have that question. Okay, so Sandra Tibbetts asked, what will the new Prime Minister Liz Truss in the UK do, if anything, about the high gas fuel prices that gas companies are making a killing on? So what's she going to do with that? Is she going to be successful at getting the prices to come down? Let's ask that.
Okay.
Because people are not going to be there. They're saying it's really going to be really bad this winter. I mean, as the temperatures cool. So will Liz Truss be successful at getting those energy prices down? Yes or no?
Who was that?
I don't know. Random noise.
Man.
Wait, these are some difficult. These are big.
They're big.
I do. I have apps. I have three major arcanas, but I also got the Five of Pentacles, which is lack of stability.
Yeah.
Lack of stability, but she's talking to some big people. She has connections with some serious people, is what I'm taking this King of Wands, Knight of Swords, Page of Pentacles, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
and she's trying to move it forward, but what she proposes, they're not wanting.
Hmm.
They're not wanting her proposal. So it seems really weird with that. And I got the Hierophant, which is spiritual guidance and authority. Tradition. She has to get back to traditional values. What did you guys get?
You go, Danny.
Okay, I got big cards too. And what strikes me on this reading is at the base of the reading, I got the Devil. At the top of the reading, I got the Hierophant. So there's something either that she's dealing with really nasty, evil people, which go figure in today's climate. Behind her is the King of Cups. And I'm wondering, I tried to find out if she had a good working relationship with the Biden administration, and I haven't looked into that enough yet, but I feel that there's going to be some negotiation that she's going to work, some giving and receiving. In Europe, there is going to be a lot of heartbreak, but she's going to work through this. And in the final, there's going to be some celebrations to this. But that Three of Swords, man, it's just speaking to me that it's going to be hard. You know, even though she is going to have success, there's going to be some people that are really going to struggle with this. But looking at this whole spread, that and the Devil card are the only two. The other ones are just, the two like negative, painful ones. The other ones are just getting at it and working and dealing with the situation. So let's see.
There's going to be problems with schools too. I got the Hierophant card too. But something, she's trying to get people motivated and say, come on, we have to do this. We've got to do this. We have to do this. And it isn't going to be sustainable. So something has to come to an end. We have to make a new ruling. We have to get the energy a different way. So I'm getting the ending and the beginning. And then I got your Ace of Pentacles up at the top. So she comes out with this, but there's giant changes here. And I got that Five of Pentacles that Sheila had. So
yeah, I'm feeling the big changes. And I'm, in the working with both sides in England, it's like the ones that are on her side that are going to help her, the other ones that are addicted to the past or whatever. Yeah, I can see big changes coming on how they get their energy.
It's going to be a little bit of an up and down for them.
Yeah.
Okay, so next up is Merrick Garland. So he, as we do, stick with this video because we're going to do a little bit of a deep dive, a couple of questions about the special master and Trump and all that at the end. But what we wanted to do is check in on Merrick Garland and see where he is at with all of this stuff.
yeah, how's he feeling? Is he frustrated? Does he feel like he'll be successful, Merrick Garland?
Merrick Garland. And you've got, just going back to the Matt Gaetz feeling of one thing after another, and all the stress that he is dealing with. When I think about Merrick Garland and everything that he uncovers and the successes and the pullbacks, he's used to it. That's what he does. He deals with it all the time. So it's a totally different, I don't get a sense that it's a a big defeat. It's just, okay, let's just deal with it. That's kind of what the sense I'm getting as I shuffle.
Go ahead, Lori, if you already have yours.
I think he's confident, but I don't think he's satisfied with some things. Got a lot of big decisions to make here because I've got the Hierophant, the Justice, the Lovers. So those are three huge cards. And then he comes up as his son. So, I mean, he feels confident. But there's some things that he just doesn't want to do. There's some things on his plate he just doesn't want to address or do, or it's like, oh my God, can I please just not do this?
Yeah, yeah,
Give me
yeah.
something else to eat. Please don't do it.
Right.
What did you get, Danny?
I got big cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 major arcanas. This is
Wow.
huge. Yeah, it's just huge. So I got the Emperor and the Nine of Cups. And I feel with that, he's doing his job. He knows how to do it. He's in charge of everything. He's got it. He's getting his wish. He's got Judgment and the Lovers on either side. So he is working with people. He is getting them to cooperate. But and he's getting more and more information. But at the top of the reading, the cards that go across the top, it's the Death card. And then the final outcome with clarifiers are the Five of Pentacles, which is he's not happy with what he's seeing. This is hard for someone who loves our country as much as he does to uncover this stuff. I got the Four of Cups as well. He's going, oh, do I have to look at this? Do I have to look at this depravity of the Five of Pentacles? Yes, you do. And and the last card was Temperance. So he is going to bring some kind of balance to it, but it's, he's not liking what he's seeing, but he's a professional. He's just going to keep going through it. That's what I'm getting with this.
Yeah. I agree with you with the major arcanas, and we're dealing with, top level BS that he has to deal with.
Yeah.
I too got the Five of Pentacles, and it kind of made me think: is he not getting enough money? Is not this? He's just noticing the instability of the whole situation.
Yeah.
I mean, it really is unstable. This country is so unstable, more than we really want to recognize it, because all of what Trump has done, what was going on underneath, all of it, and then our secret breach, or breach of our country, of all of our secrets that we have been held dear to. It's a breach. So he's not only dealing with that, he also deals and knows what really has happened and who knows what. So he has that on his plate, and he is very burdened. The burden of the responsibility is really weighing on him, but he is a spiritual guy, because he's a spiritual guy. So he has a certain amount of solid faith inside of him that everything's going to work out okay, or he taps into, which is good to know, because somebody who doesn't have that spirituality tap could be absolutely going crazy. He has the Queen of Wands, that determined woman, that determination, that popularity, that ambition, and literally says political ambition. So he has that inside of him as well. Ace of Wands doing the work. Here's where it gets wonky. Here's where it starts to go, the control and power and discipline that he wants to hang out. And then I got the Devil. I'm like, what? And then I look in there is the self-imposed restrictions. The government has their own self-imposed restrictions. It keeps him at bay at some things, and his frustration is always looking for assistance on that. Like we have a restriction on this. How do we get around that? We have a restriction on that. How do we get around that? He's always looking for that workaround in that. But his absolute positive goal is to take down the King of Pentacles. He's not going to, he's like, if this is the last breath I take, this guy's going. So,
You know, when you said the self-imposed restrictions, and I think of the Mueller report, where it was self-imposed because he goes, well, we normally don't go after, we normally don't indict. There's a standing rule, and 45 broke all norms, but yet the Justice Department was still adhering to certain norms, and and it was all wonky. So it's like, this is the way it's been done in the past for so many years. For our history, do I break those norms? And because no one's playing by the rules, the other side isn't really playing by the rules. It's got to be super challenging.
Five of Pentacles is also missed opportunity. Like the Mueller report was a missed opportunity to take him down.
Yeah.
He knew it. He knows that by reading it and what was going on. So he knows that we have misstepped, and this country has misstepped every step of the way to take him down, and they didn't take that opportunity to do so. And that probably frustrates him on a level that is probably drive anybody crazy.
And I'm sure he's thinking about the fallout from what can go on, because our country is, I feel like it is on a razor blade. It's on a pinhead, and it can fall on in either direction. And I can't help but not think that somebody is looking at that too. Whether that's appropriate or not, maybe should just let the cards fall where they may. But I don't know. I just spent, a couple of days in the neighborhood, and there's certain Republicans that are in our neighborhood, and it kind of shocks me as to what their beliefs still are. I'm like, really? With all this, that's what you're pulling out of? So.
Well, the thickness of their denial gets thicker and thicker and thicker, so that they cannot see the truth.
Well, and then if they do see the truth, then they're going to have to admit that they're wrong.
Yeah.
And that's gonna, it's like, oh my gosh, I've been wrong all this time. Eee.
Yeah.
So.
Yep, that is true.
That's a tough one too.
Okay, so let's go to the Dominion or Smartmatic. I think, Danny, you have some information on that?
Yeah. So Smartmatic is, and I just pulled this up because it came up on my newsfeed. So I may get the numbers wrong a little bit, so don't go cray on me. Smartmatic has a $2.6 billion lawsuit against Fox News. Jeannie Pure, whatever her wacky name is, Lou Dobbs, somebody else, for spreading misinformation on the voter Smartmatic machines. This is different than the Dominion lawsuit against Fox News. So, but anyway, the judge ordered Fox to give like millions of documents to Smartmatic. And Fox is saying, no, we gave you already 4 million. We need to go through them. This has been going on for a year and a half. We need to go through more to make sure that none of them are, I don't know, they'll throw some name out, executive privilege. But anyway, so Fox News still needs to go through all their documents. and the judge and Smartmatic is going, it's going to be another election cycle before they give us all this. We need this information now. You've had enough time. That's their tactic. All they do is stall and delay. And the judge went, yeah, that's pretty much it. Fox News, give Smartmatic the documents. So maybe we're seeing something move on this. And Smartmatic is saying we got to clear this up before these elections come up, especially the 2024 election. So
what are we asking, if Smartmatic's going to win their lawsuit?
Yeah, let's go that way.
and let's put a time limit on it before the
Before mid
2024 election. Way away. I would like them to at least have that settled.
Oh wait, you're talking about the 2024.
Yeah, they're not going to get it done by the midterms.
Yeah,
No.
yeah.
It goes just way too slow. So with it, let's look at it within the next year.
Okay.
So, next year.
Mm.
Well, there's a lot to this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I got the 8 of Pentacles, the 4 of Pentacles, and then I get the 2 of Cups. You know what I mean? The giving and the taking of that. And then I got the 6 of Pentacles. You know what I mean? It's money being thrown around and looking for a way out between Fox News and for Smartmatic. And then I got the 9 of Pentacles. So, Smartmatic's going to get a settlement out of this. And then I get the 6 of Wands. So public recognition and victory, I get that for them. And then I get the 3 of Cups, a celebration for them. And then I get the Ace of Pentacles. So they're going to get money, you know what I mean? And then I have the burden and the responsibility and the hard work, 10 of Wands after that. So the hard work is going to be paid off on that. And then the High Priestess, which is feeling, accepting life and the mysteries of that. So that was, according to my cards, it looks like they're going to get a significant settlement out of this. So what did you guys get?
I've got that they're really up against the burden of proof. They're going to have a real big problem with this. And I mean, I think they get something, but I don't think they get everything. I don't know how they're going to, they have to prove that they were, because it's what's the name of the suit? What's it? It's where you've wrecked their name.
Slander?
No, defamation, right? Against their voting machine. But I think they get something, but then that could be the time too. It might not happen by 2024 even. Maybe it takes even longer with this night here.
Yeah.
What did you get?
I got mixed bag of cards too. So when I first started pulling, I got the Lovers and the Ace of Pentacles, and I'm thinking, okay, that's gonna go good. They're gonna see how things are tied together, and this is gonna be a new start, a new beginning. Good. I got the Knave of Pentacles below, the Ace of Wands, the big stick coming at them. That's in the past, but then it starts getting a little crazy with the Moon card. So there's something that is not so clear as what Lori was alluding to. It's not so clear what they're going to get out of this. I I only got one pentacle, and that was the Ace of Pentacles. So it's not money. I got the Five of Cups in the internal position, and I'm like, oh, it's not as good as it's gonna be. And I'm like, ay, ay, ay. I got the Ten of Swords, and this is being stabbed into the back, and that's the hopes and fears. But in this deck, he's walking away from the pain. And the final two cards I got was the Eight of Cups, and that's walking away from sorrow. And it's kind of to find yourself, but then the clarification card I got was Justice. So going back to what Lori said, there's going to be some justice, but it may not be financial. It may not be what they thought it was. It's not as clear cut as they think it's going to be. It's going to be a fight. It's going to be a battle. So,
All right then.
did I talk too long?
No. I got abundance that they'll get a lot, and you guys got something that like it was opposite. So I wonder, putting that all together, what that really means.
Well, you got some cards that were a little different, Sheila.
Yeah.
I mean, you definitely got money, but
The burden of it. Yep.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, so now
Oh, I got another pentacle. There's two pentacles I got. So, okay.
maybe they have to spend a lot of money to get a lot of money. Maybe that's that equals out at the end of the day. It's let's see. Let's go to Trump since we're about an hour in now. We'll end with all of this. So
We have to.
I want to read on the judge. The judge is Elaine Cannon from West Palm Beach. I want to read on her because I want to get a sense of who and what she is, and see if we get any cards that say what her motive was or anything like that. So let's just do a reading, a basic reading on this judge, and see where she's at, because as we go forward, we realize that she doesn't know what she's doing. At the end of the day, she doesn't know what she's doing. So what is her motives? I mean, you can act dumb, or you are dumb. You know what I mean?
You say I could act dumb?
Like Trump acts dumb, or you are dumb. But he says a lot of things he talks to his base as a sixth grade level.
Yeah.
And that's the reason why they connect with him. He does not have big words for them. And if they would really connect and understand that, I think that may or may not, but may get them to understand that he is talking down to them every day. He doesn't use big words to explain what's going on to them.
So, what's her name?
Eileen Cannon.
Yeah, Aileen. So however you say that, Aileen Cannon. And she's a district judge, so she doesn't have a lot of cases go in front of her.
So the first card I pulled, I was thinking about how McConnell was pushing through all these judges. That was no matter what. If there was an empty seat, they wanted it filled. They wanted Trump to fill it. McConnell was pushing. So I was thinking of that when I was shuffling, thinking of that woman. She got shoved in there. She doesn't have the qualifications, but she got shoved in there. And what card did I pull first? The turtle card. Thinking of Mitch McConnell.
He did it to her. Yep.
Yeah.
You guys can go first. Go ahead.
We'll keep going, Danny.
Oh, no, I just pulled that one card. So.
Oh, well, I feel that she's not in a place of strength or honor. And she did it, of course, for the Orange Menace. but she knows this is not a good situation. So her strength is on its side. She's up and down, and as I go through, there's other people looking at her. What are you working on? Why are you doing this? And this just doesn't come out well for her at all. Moon and Ten of Swords. Not at all. It's really bad. She's not in a position of strength here.
I agree. What'd you get, Danny?
All right. I am. So it's interesting when you said that she's not in a good position. When I pulled the Four of Swords, this is at the base of the reading, I looked at this and I go, oh, she's going to be a sacrificial lamb. Something is, I don't think she's going to stay there for very long. She's got the heartbreak, the Three of Swords. Something is going to come really fast, and it feels like there's going to be, with the Father of Wands, that Cobra strike is I think she's going to be in trouble legally in some way, or like I don't know who looks at these cases, but the final outcome is the Moon. She is, it's just really dark, dark energy around her. And I think it's going to be exposed. I think she's going to feel it, and something's going to happen to her.
Yeah, she's going to get
not physically, but I think career-wise, something is going to derail her, whatever.
chewed up and spit out.
She what?
She's going to get chewed up and spit out.
Yeah. I think so, yeah.
That is so interesting. I mean, my cards match almost exactly both. I have the Ace of Swords, which is that new idea, that new judge, right? They had to look all over the place to get a new judge to do this. And then they found the new Empress to do what they want. But her delusion, her chaos, her decisions she's made will absolutely tear her down. The Tower is there. And then I got the Queen of Cups. She's going to be highly emotional about this. And then I got the Eight of Wands inverted, which, inverted cards are rare, but they happen. And it literally says at the bottom of that, being forced to move. Inverted, being forced to move. So the DOJ, I think, and then her self-imposed, the first stage that the DOJ is going to do is take her out. And these are self-imposed problems that you just did. They're going to take her out. They are not going to, it's like the first stage now is to take care of you.
So if the, I don't understand this. I think she's appointed for life. Is that true? Do you know? And if she is, how does the DOJ is there a mechanism that the DOJ, I'm gonna have to look into that they can remove a judge, I guess, impeachment or something?
Some can be some of them can be called, what do you call that? The word is escaping. Recalled, or anyway, this can be appealed too. Her decision can be appealed. Right. And they may just, maybe what you're seeing is that she overstepped her boundaries, or something's not good here. She's really this is really right for her.
Well, I just looked it up, and it says the Constitution creates a JQC specific that its members who are judges can be removed through impeachment by the House of Representatives with trial in the Senate. So they can do something with her.
Yeah.
With her being a district judge. But can a district judge, Article 3 judgment can be removed, and Article number 3 judges can be removed from the office only through impeachment of the House. So there is a way of getting that done.
Right.
So that's kind of brings us to our next question. What is the DOJ going to do with because they're going to appeal. So how is this appealing of her judgment going to do? What's the outcome of the appeal?
Oh, they are gonna appeal?
Yeah, they've already started it.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yep, they
I
already
did.
started the appeal of her judgment. And in the briefing prior to that, they literally put in the wording there that we will punish judges who do not follow the law. So they already put that in. If you make this decision, the DOJ says we will punish judges who do not follow the law. So she knew what she was doing.
So will the DOJ be successful in appealing Cannon's order?
Yeah, let's see if when they appeal, if that's going to get overturned. And of course, it gives it to another talking point for Trump. Look at that. They didn't even allow it to be. See, they're so scared.
Yeah.
You know, it just gives them a little bit more.
And you know, the FBI looked at the documents, they have all that information, they know what's in there. It's like kind of a moot point from what, you know, I've heard. So
If it stands, what will happen is, for one thing, it's take forever to find somebody who has that level of security clearance, okay? So that's a delay there. And another delay is how long it's going to take that person to go through it, right? It's only on his time frame is how long it's going to take for him to do it, because it's only one person. Because you can't find a team of people who have that high level of clearance to do it.
yeah.
So it's a delay tactic on every level. And the fact that, you know, that the DOJ can't do anything to prosecute with those documents until that master is done. Another delay. It doesn't keep the investigation from stopping, but it definitely stops the prosecution part.
That's a big fat hornet's nest.
Yep. What'd you get, Lori?
Almost as big as Danny's bumblebees.
She stepped right into it. Is that what you're saying? She stepped right into it?
Yeah, I asked very specifically, will DOJ be successful at appealing this and putting it to right? And I get a definite yes.
Yeah.
They know what they're doing. They're just somehow they're gonna step over her somehow.
Right. I too got a big, not a hornet's nest, but a big spider web. And that's what they're stepping into, but they got the star right on top of it. Okay. And they got 10 of Pentacles in the potential near future. So yeah, I mean, but they're stepping into it. They kind of know what's going on. And this goes back to I think what we were talking about in the very beginning is did the DOJ, I mean, this is a web. Did they catch her in something? Did they create this web for her to step into? And I don't know, but anyway, that just popped into my head.
I agree. I think this was a trap that they laid out for her. Because I
don't get that. I mean, I don't.
Better things to do.
Well, they want to win their
They want to win this case,
right? So we're dealing with a judge that is not very. She's not good at her job. She doesn't know enough. She just doesn't have the experience.
Yeah.
DOJ people, they do, right? They know exactly what they have a bigger team, more information, the King of Swords. They're very intelligent. They know what they're doing. They're on the top of the mountain. They're on top of their game. And I also got the Hangman. Like you're going to hang yourself with this, right?
That's what I think it is. I think that the DOJ is so proficient in what they do that she just walked into this web. It wasn't set up as a trap, but just because she's so inexperienced and they have so much experience that she walked into it.
Yeah, you're right. Well, I got the moon, as in they did it it's almost like we were warning you. They gave her all the warnings, right? But they also knew that she's a Trumper, and so they knew that she was going to fall into it. She was going to ignore it. And then I got the Hierophant. In these cards, you see him, he's laughing. He's just laughing at her. You're like, ha, 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 you got, you know what I mean? So it was definitely something to that. So here brings the next one. So we know who she is, what's going to happen with her. We have what will the DOJ do to rebut? Like, what is their plan now?
To do, say it again.
To rebut the thing, or
Okay.
rebuttal. What is their plan now with her and with the whole thing? Does that make any sense?
Was their plan with her, or
With the whole investigation? What is their plan? What is their next plan? What is their next?
well, they're going to appeal
They're going to appeal, and they're going
and
to.
they'll be successful.
Yeah.
So
Did we
then
already
do
read on
those
that they were going to
three
be
after Trump?
successful? Or we were just reading on just her?
Do they just go straight after Trump then now?
Shall we read on specifically if they're going to, if the appeal is going to, if they're going to win their appeal? Let's just do that one first. I think we forgot that one.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's go to directly, will there, when they appeal, will they throw out her?
Yeah, that's kind of what I was reading. I'll throw 3 more on it.
That's what I did.
Is that what, I was trying to remember if that was the question we were on or if we were still on her. Because I literally get the Tower with her one more time, the Queen of Cups. What she's done is going to tear her down. I don't know what it is or how it's going to happen or why. It is almost like her thing gave the DOJ like an extra DOJ. It gave them an extra ammunition.
Extra.
Yeah, I got that with the Son of Swords. They got more information. I also got the 6 of Pentacles. Are they going to? I think they're getting some information from her. And I don't know what that is, but
Well, Neil Katyal said that like I know Neil Katyal, you know.
So this guy I know.
like that.
Yeah.
Lori and Neil.
But her words were just gobbledygook, you know, like didn't make any sense. But it did.
Well, I did get the Wheel of Fortune for the DOJ. So weird.
They're going to get around this.
Yep. I agree.
Some strategery.
Yeah. The workaround. And we were that goes all the way back to Merrick Garland. Didn't we just read that that he has that workaround that he's continually having to do.
Yeah.
We buttoned that up, didn't we?
I think you guys wanted to take a quick look at California's energy grid.
Yeah, let's do that. What did it just go ahead?
California's energy grid.
Rolling blackouts. What's going to happen with California's energy grid?
Well, I'm hoping that California is not like Texas, where they, their grid is, you know what I mean? It kind of reminds me of that, but is it really that bad?
Well, yeah, PG&E, Pacific Gas and Electric, has not been, here's another topic, reinvesting their money into infrastructure. We could talk about infrastructure all day long. These knuckleheads not investing in America, I mean, that's going to bite them in the butt. But anyway, so it is biting us in the butt because our infrastructure has not been upgraded as much as it should be. So we have a lot of, PG&E has a lot of hydroelectric power. They've been shutting down their nuclear plants. And now they want to refire. They want to, the one down the street from me. Yeah, I got a nuclear power plant just down the street. Score.
It's our glowing buddy.
Yeah. I have
Goodness
to eat
gracious.
a lot of seaweed and iodine all the time. But it's planned to shut down, and now the governor wants to keep it going. I'm like, you just can't shut down a nuclear power plant and shut down the supply chain and then just turn it back on again. It doesn't work that way. Coming from a tarot card reader that's normally in a bathrobe. But maybe I should change the name of my channel, Nuclear Bathrobe Tarot. Anyway, so the power grid is shaky, and when we hit these 100+ days for days in a row, it just puts too much stress on it, and the whole state is feeling this, except the people on the coast. But anywhere inland, it's cooking. So, and a lot of the fires are started because of PG&E's power lines and the big winds. So it's a mess. It's a mess.
So let's see if California is going to get a reprieve from all of this in the near future.
I get that this isn't a very stable situation right at the moment.
It's a what?
It isn't a stable situation. The grid isn't a stable situation right at the moment. There's a lot of fluctuation and change. But they're going to try to make some good decisions. They're going to try. But it's risk. It's risky. Should we do this? Should we do that? And I have quite a few quick cards here. So there will be some problems. There's some obstacles, and they have to make up their mind, and then I make a big decision. But I think they're able to work together and to that it'll be okay. It can be tempered.
Yeah.
Is this with this? So I think it'll be okay. It would be nice if it could be a little bit more stable.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
What'd you get, Danny?
I got the same thing. It's and I always go back to there's going to be some people that have solid electricity. It's all going to be good. And then there's going to be some people that don't. And that's the people that are going to have the heartbreak. It's going to be really, really hard for them. But the government is going to try to pull a rabbit out of their hat. It's so complex, and they haven't dealt with it. And they're going to need to come up with a better way in the future to deal with this. But right now, it's going to be okay. It's not going to be perfect, but it's not going to be like super devastating. But it's not going to be easy street. So if you live in one of those places, just be careful. Make sure that you have enough water. Make sure that you have some kind of shade. Stay cool.
Yeah, it's a very delicate balance here, because I've got all the cards of balance, and it isn't stable right this second. I mean, I even have a chariot, which is balanced, but
yeah, I pulled the temperance card, and it's upside down, so it's
not okay.
Yeah.
No.
As you guys kind of picked up on the stability of it, my question was, is there anything in the works to fix it? right? What are they doing about it? So that was kind of my question when I went into it. It wasn't done purposely. It was just kind of what came up. And I got that the King of Cups, which is always the Democrats or the government or the people who are in charge, and they're looking for different alternatives. I mean, I literally got an ocean with the guy with his board, you know, and he's just staring out into the ocean like this is abundance. We can go somewhere else. There's something else that we can do. So that kind of came up. And then I got the Knight of Cups, again, government. And going back to the drawing board, as you can see, she had light bulbs, she has a book, and she's, you know, trying to learn something new, see a difference and stuff like that. So they are people in the background doing that. Because I got the Hermit where they're looking inward. They're looking to solutions. They're looking, it's not like they're trying to put a band-aid on anything anymore. It's literally them going in, and I got the Ace of Swords, and you can see her, they're going in and looking into what is really happening to permanently fix that. And then they find it. They find it.
Oh, cool.
Nice card to end on. Yeah.
They find it. So they find what is going to be a long-term solution. I don't have a timeline on it, but whoever is looking into it really is looking out for the true solution for a future so that they don't go through this anymore. So that's good. California. Now, I never get that for Texas. Texas is always in a deficit of looking into it, but California seems to be really doing what they're supposed to be doing. So,
well, it's interesting you talked about the water because we have so much coastline. And I was talking to my redneck Republican hillbilly brother the other day, who is a gearhead. I mean, don't shake your head about my brother. Jeez. Did I mention he's toothless? Anyway, well, another story. He's a gearhead, and he's going, when are they going to go back and look into tidal flow for energy? And I go, yeah, it happens twice a day, every day.
true.
You know, why can't they figure something out with that? And so I'm going to put him on it because he's a gearhead. He'll figure it out. Yeah.
There you go. He'll be able to go attend those meetings perfectly.
Well, I don't know about that, but
So our last question of the day, we covered everything, right? Our last question of the day is, let's take a look at Trump supporters and their voting, or what they're actually going through in this country right now. You know, we have the Republicans. We can lump all of the Republicans, all of the Trump supporters all in one, or we can do Trump supporters and Republicans separately. What do you want to do?
separately.
Okay. So if we're going to do them separately, let's do Republicans first, and then we'll do the Trump supporters. How are they doing?
How are they going to do in the midterms? Is that
how are they doing in general? Are they still
the Republican Party in general?
Yeah, are they still, I guess the question is how dedicated are they to Trump now? Like the Republican Party?
Yeah, that's
how are they feeling about their own party at this point in time? And Lauren Boebert here in Colorado can't even put more than 50 people in a room, so she can't do nothing. She can't draw the people without Trump being, you know, in the picture. She doesn't draw, which is good. I can't believe she won her primary, but all right, let's see what the Republican Party, how they're doing out there with
hoping and wishing and praying upon a star. They realize they're having financial problems. They don't feel as stable. And there's some of them that just want the return of the more staunch, old Republican ways of the emperor,
Yeah. I also got the Emperor. Go ahead, Lori, if you have yours down.
That's basically what I've got. They don't have the financial backing. They don't feel like it's as stable as they would like for it to be.
Yeah, I also got the Emperor is delusional. The leadership is delusional. I also got, with that delusion, Nine of Swords, like it's getting really painful for them to stick around, stay, understand it. I also got Death in the Fortune. These are two, I mean, if we're really looking for that stability with the Republican Party, this is pretty much it. The death of the fortune, their cycle. I also got the Five of Pentacles against the Ace of Swords, which is, deficit in their new ideas. There's no new ideas. There's nothing new for them to really grab a hold of, which creates, their disdain for voting at this point in time. What'd you get, Danny?
I got that. I got there's still they haven't let go of him yet, and so I'm going to take a little different spin on this. But their time is up. Their time is upside down. They're still sticking with the man, that direction, and they're still talking about it and listening to their channels of noise. I think what they're doing, my reading was that the Republican Party is still, and this is where I differ from you guys, is still raking in a lot of money betting on the future. But the future card I got, and I thought that this was really interesting, that future card is blue. So it's not a red card. And then I pulled 3 clarifiers on regular tarot on this future, and I got the Emperor, the World, and the Ten of Pentacles. So right now, the Republican Party, in my reading, is still raking in money off of the general population, the general Republicans. And I don't know, but this card stands out. Their time's up. Their time's upside down. So I think they're still raking in money, but that's, I think that the future is blue.
So now let's do just Trump base. Just Trump base.
And you want to know what's the MAGAs? You just want to know how
are they doing? Are they staying really? Are they just getting bored with it? Are they, it just kind of depends on what we see in them. What are they doing? I mean, they've lost and they put a thief in charge of their money, and so they're missing, like, what was it, $100 million or something?
Yeah, and then Rick Scott takes off with some of it.
Yeah.
And they just continue to spew conspiracy with the High Priestess.
We've gotten the High Priestess almost every single reading.
Who?
Today. We have all gotten either the High Priestess or the Emperor.
There a lot, yeah. I don't think they're feeling the same way. I don't get good cards for them. I got their secrets. Their secrets. They're not going to be happy. Happiness is on its side, and it just goes to. They're going to go to hell in a handbasket. I think here, manipulating, and then they have to try to make the best out of a bad situation. This isn't going to go very well for them at all, in my humble opinion.
What's your hand basket look like?
It's a basket held by a hand.
Does it have padding in it, or does it have little bamboo stickers that stick out?
Probably has a little bit of padding in it.
Okay, all right, all right.
What'd you get, Danny?
I got the same thing. I was a little surprised with the first reading, because it's all about, they're still putting support in there. So the MAGA, I got a really clear card on them.
Nothing.
Not a MAGA.
It's blank. It's
Yeah.
blank. So I don't know. So here's them, the guy again, thinking, where's the direction? It's slow. And they're still hanging on to the sweetness, to the love, they're still hanging on to it. However, their star is going backwards, and they're going to need life support soon. And there's some woman that is involved in this, and we always get this. There's some woman that's going to rock their world, and like it's going to change things. Something's going to happen through a woman.
Wow. I wonder if
And we all get that woman. I don't know.
I think it's
the three queens that take the Trump down, but yeah.
I always think it's Liz Cheney. I mean, she didn't win her race or anything. Now she's free to do whatever she wants. She's not restrained at all. She's under no restraints for the rest of her term. And
that's going to be interesting to see new stuff coming out on J6. But anyway.
Yeah, I also got a queen too, a queen of swords who sits back with her sword and like, what else can I do? Right? Because she's been after him from the beginning. I also got the 8 of Cups walking away. I mean, literally their pot of gold, walking away from the pot of gold, what they used to do. I also got the judgment and the Fool. This is really interesting. I never thought that I would ever pull any cards whatsoever for the Trump's base to figure out what they've been doing. But it's almost like an out-of-body experience for them through these cards. You can kind of see the out-of-body, the Fool, like realizing how stupid they are. I don't know if it may be the not getting new ideas. And when you go to a Trump rally, he's not spewing anything new, really. Not, he doesn't have. I mean, he even thought he was still in office the other day when he was talking. So they're, this is their thing. This is their heads are starting to hurt. Their emotions are starting to hurt, and they have to make some really hard choices.
Yeah, I mean, we definitely got the older Republican Party. Got much better cards than the MAGAs.
Right.
Something's getting ready to rock their world in MAGA land.
Yeah. They're not feeling. I can't imagine going to a Trump rally and walking away going, oh, I was so lifted up and I felt so good. I can't imagine that happening. You know what I mean?
You're not doing the right drugs.
Apparently not.
And when I looked at briefly, because it turns my stomach, watching some of his rallies and looking at the people in the background. So they were showing Biden's rally and Trump's rally. And I looked at the people behind them. Biden's people were all engaged and smiling and listening. Trump's people, they were like not paying attention, not happy. It was weird. And it takes me back to when we were first talking about the rallies, whether Trump was paying his audience, and it felt like that again. I just get a sense that Trump is not really paying that many people. He's kind of keeping his cash to himself. So,
well, you always hear that, oh yeah, I've been to like 130 of them. That means they're not getting anybody in that state new to come there. You're just talking to a person who's heard you 130 times. That's not a new vote. Just because somebody's standing there for the 130th time, that's not a new vote. That's not a new gathering. So
not like a Dave Matthews.
Yeah, you hear them a lot saying, I travel all over the world, all over the United States to be here. Like, do you have a job? Do you work? How are you doing that? Are you getting paid? That's the only way the only explanation of that is that they're getting paid to do that. So, what do you think, Lori?
Yeah, I think they're in big trouble. MAGA base is in for there's gonna be a little volcano that goes off, and they're gonna fall in the lava pit.
Yeah. All right, so let's do 2 cards. We're going to end with this one. When Trump gets arrested, is there going to be unrest? I've answered this question several times with people, but we'll see what you guys.
And I have to scoot out because I've got a reading coming up here.
Okay, this is the last 2.
When Trump gets
arrested, will there be civil unrest?
I want to know when Trump gets arrested, when Linda G comes on in her curlers or whatever, is she going to have a mask on her face, like a sleeping mask, and she's just going to jump on?
I don't know, probably. Probably. All right, what did you guys, if there's going to be civil unrest? Again.
I'm getting big problems.
Really?
Yeah. It isn't the Tower, but it's that High Priestess and the 7 of Swords. And of course that can mean, maybe he doesn't get arrested. Maybe he wiggles out of it.
Well, I got the Hermit and the 5 of Pentacles. Yeah, I got the Hermit and the 5 of Pentacles on the discovery of it. So I got the Hermit, they're not going to want to do anything, and the hardship and the missed opportunity to do civil unrest once they discover what is going to happen with him. Once they discover why or whatever. I don't know. What'd you get?
I got that when he gets arrested, I got the Father of Wands. And when I look at this card, you see the red lightning bolt, you see this snake pulling up, ready to strike, but it doesn't happen. I got the 9 of Cups and the Daughter of Cups. So it feels like there's some emotional tap down, something that prevents big uprisings on the street.
It's just a couple of people.
Yeah. There's going to be that for sure. So.
Right.
All right, everyone. Thank you so much. And I appreciate if you made it this far. We appreciate you.
Yay.
Thank you.
Bye.
Take care.
See you, Lord.